Let's take a little break from Christmas and let's talk about Halloween. I am not a Halloween fan. I do not celebrate Halloween at all. I never have done, but I know there's a lot of people there that do enjoy this particular holiday and love Halloween. And with Christmas coming up and Halloween, it's a lot more expensive. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can do Halloween on a budget and you can put the rest of that money that you would spend on Halloween towards Christmas or anything else that you want to do. Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm a solo mum to one, and on this channel I talk about everything budgeting, saving and frugal living and just life in general. So if you like that kind of thing, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So let's get into Halloween and how you can do it on a budget so you can put extra money aside for Christmas or anything else that you want to do. Now, the first thing that comes up with Halloween is costumes. So costumes can be quite expensive. They can be up to £20 to £30, some of them, depending on what you want to do. However, I have a few little tips for you that you can do Halloween costumes a lot cheaper. So the first thing you can do is make your own costume, and it can be simple as putting a white sheet over the top of someone, cutting eyes out, and you're a ghost. Really, really easy, really simple. You can use an old sheet or you can pick some up really cheaply somewhere. So there is that option of just going as a ghost and cutting some eyes and a mouth out and you're a ghost. Another option is if you have old clothes that no longer fit, especially in the leg. So my son is like really skinny in the waist but really tall in the leg. So everything fits him in the waist but not in the leg, or everything fits him in the leg and not in the waist. I'm in that part of childhood right now with my son. But if you've got some old clothes that fit in the waist but not in the leg, cut those up and turn your child into a zombie. So use old clothes that you can cut up that you no longer want, and it can be a zombie outfit if you wanted to. Another idea is to put your child all in black and then just make some cat ears and a cat tail out of stuff that you've got lying around the house, or you can just go and buy them very cheaply in a bargain store somewhere, and then all you got to do is draw a nose and some whiskers on, and then you've got your child as a cat. There are plenty of other ideas that you can do, especially if you are a crafty person or your child wants to get involved in making a costume with you. You can go onto likes of Pinterest or Instagram or TikTok and put it in the search bar, and you'll get lots of different DIY ideas that you can do to make your own costume, which will cost you a lot less if you went out to buy it in the shop. Another idea that you can do to make sure that you're getting a cheaper costume is to go to charity shops, look on Facebook, look on Vinted, look on any second-hand site, because children are obviously going to grow throughout the year, so the costumes that fit them last year will no longer fit them this year, and people sell them on. So before you go out and pay a full price for a costume, do look on the second-hand stores and in charity shops to see if there's anything in there that you can use instead. The next thing you could do is a costume swap, where you could get in touch with your child's school and see if you can organise a swap, so other people bring their old costumes in and they swap them over with different ones. I think my son's school did that once, I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that our local library did it as well one year. So it's a possibility of looking at your local library, go into the school and see if you could do a Halloween costume swap. So people in year 6 might bring some old costumes in, that people in year 5, year 4 or whatever can actually take those costumes home, and it's going to be a lot cheaper for a lot of people in the school. So that is another option you could do when it comes to costumes. So let's move on to decorations, and how can you do decorations on a budget, or you could get them for free or cheap. So the first thing is, if you are going to buy them, check out the bargain stores first. And if you're not planning on keeping those decorations or anything else, then you could just get rid of them afterwards. But if you're doing it on a tight budget, do check out the bargain stores, Poundland, Home Bargains, B&M, places like that, and see what you could get that's fairly cheap. Again, like I said, with the costumes, you can also go to charity shops, or you go to a car boot or a tabletop sale, and there might be some decorations that people are getting rid of. Some charity shops don't do them because of their religion, and other charity shops do. So just go to different charity shops and see if there's anything there that you might be able to pick up, which is going to be a lot cheaper. Again, check Facebook Marketplace, check Vinted, check all the online secondhand places. You might get a few decorations which are quite cheap. I also check the Olio app. If you're not on that, then do have a look at the Olio app, where people give away free food that's about to go out of date and they no longer want, or they also give away free items that is cluttering up their house and they just want to give it away for free. So you go on the app and it's all places in your local area. They just list things on there. So it might be worth going to have a look on the Olio app if you have it, and seeing if anyone's giving away some free Halloween decorations. And of course, the other thing that you could do is you could make your own decorations. You can use paper, cardboard, paint, toilet roll holders. You can use all those different things that will help you create some Halloween decorations. You can make some paper chains out of black and orange paper if you wanted to. It's a great way to get the kids involved as well. You could also go on Pinterest and Instagram and TikTok, like I've said before, and get some inspiration of decorations that you can make. You could also go outside for a nice autumn walk and pick up some pine cones or pick up some leaves, and you can make some kind of decorations out of that. Again, get the inspiration from YouTube itself, Instagram, TikTok, or Pinterest, so you can make your own decorations, and it's a fun activity for the kids to do as well. Which leads me nicely on to activities to do with your kids that are going to be free or a lot cheaper. So first of all, check out any local events that are going on in your area. A lot of these events are free to attend as well, or they're really, really cheap to enter. And it's just a chance to go out there and do something with the children on Halloween or over the half term that's not going to cost you a lot of money, but your kids will still have such a great time. You could even check out your local library, because they do a lot of activities in local libraries as well, such as crafts and storytelling and things like that. So do check out your local library to see if there's anything happening that you can attend with your little ones. We have a museum in our local town and we can attend there whenever we want to, no donations, and they do little activities there for the kids as well, such as crafts and storytelling and learning different things. There's somewhere I'm thinking of taking my son over the half-term holiday, because Halloween falls in a half-term break this year. Another fun thing you could do is apple bobbing. So you could go and get some cheap apples from Aldi, they're 99p for a pack of 6, and you could just put it in some water, and then obviously children have got to go on their knees and try and get the apples out of the water with their mouth. Obviously use hygiene. Once they've got one, they throw the apple away. But if you want to do something like apple bobbing, then that is something that you could do. I personally don't. I don't like that kind of mess, but I know a lot of people do enjoy doing those kind of activities. You could even make your own Halloween scavenger hunt, where you could go around your local area and you've made a scavenger hunt and you've got to find all these different decorations. So on there could be a Halloween bat, it could be a ghost, a pumpkin, and you're just walking around the area looking for Halloween items that people have decorated their house with and seeing how many you can mark off on your scavenger hunt. You can download some for free on likes of Pinterest and places like that. So if you don't want to make up your own, then you can easily download some free ones online if you wanted to. You also have pumpkin carving or pumpkin painting. If you don't like to carve your pumpkins, you can paint them. I know at the moment in Asda they are £1.89 for a small pumpkin, so you could just pick those up, or you could go to your local farmers market and pick one big giant pumpkin up and everybody can carve it, or they can all paint it, whatever you want to do. Personally, we don't do pumpkin carving. I've bought plenty of pumpkins in the past and my son is just not interested, so it's not something I'm going to do. However, I may pick a pumpkin up to cut up and freeze it for pumpkin soup. I might do that instead. So that is all the activities that you could do, cheap or free, especially if you are on a budget. So let's move on to parties. So if you have decided to host a party this year, but now money's a little bit tight, if you can't do it and you need to cancel it, everybody will understand. However, if you still want to go ahead, you can do things that are going to make it a little bit cheaper for you. So first of all, you can make your own decorations to put up. You could do that with the kids during the day, and then you could use those decorations to decorate the home. If people are coming to the party, you could ask everybody to bring a dish with them, whether that be some crisps or some sweets or some sausage rolls or any kind of party foods or something like that. Each person that comes brings some kind of dish with them and you all share it all together. And that's going to keep your cost down when it comes to buying all the food in for the party. You could even say, could you bring drinks? Could you bring soft drinks? Could you bring alcoholic drinks? Whatever you want to do. So that's another option as well. You can ask people to bring drinks or people to bring food, or you could ask both. To make it look a little bit more spooky, you could get a dimmer for your light if you haven't got one. Maybe a cost that you don't really need to use, but you could if you wanted to, or you could turn all the lights off and put some lamps on instead, or you could put some candles out. I've always advised if you're having a party, then just to put those little battery LED candles rather than real candles, because obviously if there's a party and a candle gets knocked over, it could be dangerous. So I always say if you're going to have a party, probably use the LED candles instead. You can pick them up in Poundland for probably £1 or maybe a little bit more, because nothing in Poundland's £1 anymore, is it? And it's just going to be a little bit safer, but you can use that. You could make a spooky playlist by playing something on YouTube or Amazon Prime Music if you have that. So you could do that as well. So using music, using dim lighting, decorations that you've already made yourself with your little ones, and asking people to bring a dish or bring some drink with them is going to help you be able to have a party on a much cheaper budget. And finally, when it comes to Halloween on a budget, we are talking about treats. So everybody loves treats on Halloween. It's one of the main reasons my son only likes Halloween, really, because we're not Halloween people. He loves Halloween because he gets extra treats and chocolate, and they're not that expensive in the shops. However, if you still need to keep your costs down, just buy a few, but you can also make your own treats at home as well, making cookies, making cakes, making brownies, all those different ideas that you can do. If you haven't got a cookie cutter or anything that you need as a Halloween shape, you can print off some spooky designs like pumpkins or bats, cut them out in paper and then put that on the brownie and then just cut around it if you wanted to do that. It'll take a little bit more time, but it will also save you money when it comes to buying cookie cutters, unless you can find really cheap ones in places like Home Bargains or something like that. Also, when it comes to treats, make sure to keep it simple. Don't try and make some extravagant treats or big cake or anything like that if you do not bake or it's not something that you are amazing at. Keep things really simple. Halloween biscuits, cupcakes, cookies, brownies, something simple. Decorate them with sprinkles and icing, so you can make brownies and then put some white icing on them to make it look like a mummy. You could do things like that, making it simple. The kids don't really care. They're just happy they get an extra treat on Halloween. And if you are going to go to the shop and you are going to be buying all your treats, then do shop for some coupons on places like Shopmium and some other gin green or green gin or something like that. I can't really remember. Shop for coupons, shop the offers, look in the yellow sticker for the sale. I was in Asda the other day and there were some Halloween brownies in the yellow sticker for 25p. I didn't pick them up because I don't really need them, but you could have picked them up, you could freeze them, and then you could just get them out on the morning of Halloween, and then you can have those for an extra treat as well. So shop the offers, shop the sales, check the clearance items as well. So that's all I got for you for Halloween on a budget. If you've got any other tips on how people can do this on a budget to save money for Christmas or anything else they want to do, let me know in the comments below, and I will do it in the next video next year now for Halloween. And also it will help people be able to save a little bit extra money if they celebrate Halloween. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It will really support and help the channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you don't miss any more future videos from me, because there's a lot more saving money, budgeting and Christmas content coming up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope whenever you're watching this, you're having a good morning, good day or good evening, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.